Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. I'm trying to talk over the heater that's next to me, and my son is in the next room. So I'm going to do a little video just covering off the different warmers that I have. So I've got 3 different types of warmers spread across the house, 6 in total. So I thought I'd just cover off what I have, how I feel they perform. Not that there's a huge amount of variance in what I have, but yeah. So starting off with this is the only single, like all of the others I have more than one of. Sorry, I'm just I had a plant here before and it's gone, but I think it's just dropped some stuff, so I'll have to clean that later. This is on a new side, like I've just got a brand new side table, by the way, so we still haven't really got this whole area set up yet. This is in the entrance way of the front door kind of opens straight into the lounge in this house. And so this is, I've just got this table in the entryway, and this is my nicest looking warmer, so I thought I'd put this one here. Like, I think it looks quite good. So this is Candle Warmers brand. So it's one of the 2-in-1 hot plate warmers. So I believe you can also, the idea is you can also pop a candle on it. It is, it's not a bad warmer. I feel like it's probably my poorest performing one. Like in terms of throw, I think it is probably the one that is the lightest. And even though it is, and all of my warmers are 20-watt hot plates. So it's funny, they are all the same wattage. What I think with this one though is it is quite a dense, thick sort of ceramic tray. So I feel like that is partly what makes it sort of, yeah, makes it like the throw not be quite as good. Oh, sorry, I just had to respond to a message from my husband. I love the pause function. So yeah, so this one, yeah, the tray is just that little bit, it just seems thicker. It's a lot heavier than the trays on any of my other warmers. And I think it still throws okay, but it's not one that I would rely on. It's kind of a shame because it is my prettiest warmer, so I like to have it in the living spaces, but it doesn't perform there as well. I could probably tuck it away in in a bedroom or something, and it would probably perform better, but then you wouldn't get to sort of benefit from how nice it looks. So yeah, that's and it's doing okay here only because I have another warmer in the space. So just bear with me one moment. So over here, and I'm not going to get too close because it's on my husband's really crappy Xbox table, I have a Glade hot plate warmer. So this is just a couple of meters away on the opposite side of the lounge from the one that I had my son's really ugly, dirty Paw Patrol thing. So I might talk about the Glade warmers over at another one because I actually have 3 of them. Okay, here we go. So, three Glade warmers. This one needs a little bit of a clean, but that's okay. I have one where I am now, which is this is my work desk. So I've been working at home now exclusively for 3 months. So yeah, this is where I work. So I've got a desk in here. This is also my wax space, so it's where I store my wax, and it's pretty much my own personal office. So I also have, it's got a built-in robe in here, so I've sort of moved all of my clothing into this room, and I have like a little wardrobe space because the master bedroom wasn't big enough to fit all my clothing. So over here you can kind of see, just I guess showing a little bit of my stash. I've got sort of my melting box in the top left corner there. I've got the empties and stuff just next to it. A little bit of de-stash stuff, and then my stash is starting to spill over here. And then just around here, my son's book, you can see where I sort of, I film over there, I chop here, and the bulk of my wax is there. So anyway, back to the warmers. So yeah, Glades. The Glades are probably my favorite. They are really good all-rounders. They perform really well. They're all 20-watt hot plates. So I've been able to find a few different places to get. I think there's newer ones that are not 20-watt, but I've managed to find a couple of places where I can get the good 20 watts. They've got the dishes. It doesn't feel that much thinner than the candle warmers, but it definitely, where I can tell the difference is in the speed to which they heat up. So if I put exactly the same quantity of wax in this one and the candle warmers, the this will melt the wax down in literally half the time the candle warmers takes. Like, it just takes that long to warm up, and I feel like that's why there is a difference in the throat. So yeah, I guess the lesson from that is, even though 20 watt, people talk a lot about wattage, not all warmers of the same wattage are the same. That is something I have learned. So, but yeah, the Glades, to me, I think I get the best for the widest range of wax. That said, there are a couple of brands I find that do better in my Airwicks, which I'll talk about in a moment. The Airwicks, I think, get slightly hotter and they warm up slightly faster, even though, again, they are 20 watts. But where I think, even if you've got 20 watt, what I've seemed to have figured out is, even if you've got 20 watt on the hot plate, it really depends on sort of how the heat conducts on the dish itself. So the Airwicks, I mean, I'll talk a bit more about it when I show you the Airwicks, but the Airwicks seem to have a thinner kind of dish and a little bit smaller. So I find that they get hotter faster. They're the fastest of my warmers to heat up, and I just feel like they do get slightly better throw, like not slightly better throw overall. I think they're comparable to the Glades, but there's certain brands that I find perform better in those warmers. So yeah, so I really do like the Glades, and I like having white dish warmers. Like I've got the candle warmers that I showed isn't great for taking wax pull shots. Like, just that sort of, well, it's just, it's pretty, but that sort of natural grain doesn't really show off the wax very well. I like using black warmers, which my Airwicks are, for anything with like a strong mica kind of pull. I find that that's best. But for coloured wax, particularly if there's more than one colour, then just you get the best kind of interplay of the colours mixing in a warmer like this. So yeah, I really do. I've got I've got one more Glade put away. So I've got 6 warmers going at the moment. I expect that I will probably run 8 in this house. So in my previous house, which was substantially smaller, like I'm in a 4-bedroom house now. Previously, we had a 2-bedroom. The living areas are bigger. So it makes total sense that I would have more warmers going to keep, to fill the house. So in the previous house, I had the 2 Airwicks, I had 2 Glades, and then the 1 candle warmers. What I'm planning to have here is, so at the moment I've got 3 Glades, 1 in the lounge room, 1 in here, and 1 in the kitchen. And then I have 2 Airwicks in my bedroom, in the master bedroom, and in my son's bedroom. And then the candle warmers is the extra in the lounge room. What I'm planning to do is have, so we've got next door to this room, it's going to be like a rumpus playroom. So I'm going to put a warmer in there. We just haven't set that room up yet. And it probably will take us a while to get there because we're still sort of working on tidying up the old house. So we sort of set up all the rooms that we needed to here, and that room is the one that we'll get to when we get to. But the 8th warmer I'm thinking I want is in our kitchen dining area. I'm finding that the dining part isn't quite getting enough throw from that kitchen warmer, and that's understandable. It's a big area. So I need to get another little side table and put in, I think, an 8th warmer, which I'm undecided actually. Might get another Airwick. So I've got I've got the 1 spare Glade in the cupboard, which I will put in the dining area. And then, I think maybe I'll put another Airwick in the rumpus, just to keep with that. I tend to keep the Glades in my open areas, except for this room, and my Airwicks go in the bedroom. I don't know why. It's just how I've always done it. So, so that's the Glades. And now I will go and find one of my Airwicks and talk about that. Okay, here we go. So this is the last type of warmer I have. This is an Airwick. I should mention actually just on the power situation. So my candle warmers and my 2 Airwicks all have like a button switch, which I actually really like. The Glades do not, so you have to either switch them off at the wall or unplug them, which I find a little bit annoying sometimes. But the Glades have really nice long, sorry, I'm like getting distracted by the fact that I need to clean in here. The Glades have really nice long cables. The candle warmers have a shorter cable, which can be a bit annoying sometimes. So I just wanted to sort of mention that because those are some of the logistical things I've encountered when placing my warmers. So the Airwicks are available, I don't know about overseas, but I know they're pretty easy to get in online or in the supermarkets in Australia. and often quite cheap too. They often sell them for half price, so they're very reasonable and they're great. Like they are, you know, I recommend them as a sort of a starter warmer just because they're so easy to get in Australia and they do really well. You can kind of, I don't know if you can tell, kind of looks the same, but the dish is definitely lighter weight. So the base is just like a plastic, with the hot plate there. The dish is, yeah, it's a ceramic, but it is lighter weight than the Glades and definitely lighter weight than the candle warmers. So as I mentioned, I find these ones heat up the fastest. They probably throw slightly stronger than the others, and definitely I've found brands like Savannah Blue can be a little bit fickle in my house, but Savannah Blue does really well in these warmers. Teddy Bees, I have pretty good experiences with Teddy Bees, but some of her wax hasn't been as good, and that usually does okay. Like the Airwicks are kind of my, if I'm not sure about the throw on something, I will put them in the Airwicks. I also keep the Airwicks in sort of slightly more enclosed rooms as well. So if something doesn't throw in the Airwicks, then that's to me a sign that it's not going to throw anywhere, because you know, my Airwicks throw just about anything. So yeah, I really like, and you know, I don't have anything pretty melting in this one. I think I've just got, what's in here? It smells really good. Super Tarts Neil is going at the moment. So Super Tarts I tend to put in A because Super Tarts performs super strongly, so I don't need the Airwicks. But I also find that, yeah, just because Super Tarts doesn't do mica, like I do tend to gravitate towards scents that don't need the mica, so, you know, scents that have mica, so I get a prettier wax pool. But it's not essential. It's just something that I do. So that's it. That's my three types of warmers, where I have 6 of them. If you have any questions about what I use, I will say I've never actually used a tea light. So if you do, if you want to ask about tea lights, I am not your person. I just get too paranoid about the idea of having flame in the house. Like I get paranoid enough about having these warmers, and then, you know, there's absolutely no flame on them. So, yeah, I don't really know anything about tea lights, and I haven't tried any other warmers other than the ones I have. So I couldn't really compare or contrast these against anything else. I just know that these seem to work pretty well for me. And we don't have in Australia the same selection of warmers that those of you in the US seem to. So I'm pretty happy to have the performance that I do with the warmers that I've got. So yeah, I'll wrap it up there. I know I mentioned I might do a wax tour, but I think it's probably a bit much for me right now. So I'll leave this as a warmer video, and yeah, I might come back a bit later and sort of do a bit of a, I did show it off briefly before, just a bit of a walk through the stash. I might do that over the weekend sometimes. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much if you subscribe, and I will talk to you all again soon. Bye.